Hello, Elizabeth here, Elizabeth Nally Thompson. Today I wanted to talk to you about motivation. So, the reason why I want to talk to you about it is the fact that I've been struggling with it. And if I'm struggling with it, I know you're struggling with it, right? I think it's a fairly common issue. You've got the items that you need to do, and you want to avoid them because you don't want to do them. So you find distractions. My favorite distraction is Netflix. But Facebook, Instagram, any type of social media that you get sucked into and you kind of go into that hole is definitely a distraction. Of course, we all have our own distractions. Feel free to comment on what your distraction is. I'd love to hear and see if there's any different types of distractions that you indulge in. However, I find that normally I make my list of things I need to do, specifically like 5 important things for the day, and I'm pretty good about getting those items done. Especially if I start the morning off, with the mentality of, okay, these are my goals, this is what I need to get done. I can make my list that evening or the previous night, or I can make it that morning. Starting the morning off right definitely helps. But when you fell into that hole and you've been in that hole for a few days or maybe a couple weeks, it's really hard to pull yourself out. So I read some really great advice that was to just whatever you're supposed to be doing, not telling yourself that okay, I have to do it, because obviously at that point it's like, no, I'd rather do this, and I'm just gonna sit down and give in to my craving of Netflix or ice cream or whatever it might be. And so the advice was to get yourself ready. So just the prepping steps. So if you need to sit down and do some homework, just go ahead and get out everything that you would need to do the homework. Set it up, make yourself a little space. That's pretty easy to do. Same idea of writing down exactly what you need to do, except sometimes when we write it down, anxiety of some sort can kick in, and the avoidance wants to come back. But instead of getting caught up in writing down and planning, which then again can become a distraction, get out all the things you need to do, set it up, and then just sit down, in this case, and most likely, since you've started, it's that momentum, and then once you start moving, an object in motion stays in motion kind of idea. So that tends to help. The same thing with exercising. So maybe you really don't feel like exercising, but putting on exercise clothes isn't necessarily that hard, or just start searching for a 5-minute exercise video, and start motivating yourself and be like, yeah, okay, I could do 5 minutes a day. And then watch yourself and see how much time you're spending looking for that 5-minute video too, because that could be another wormhole. So getting yourself rolling in motion. And then two, the biggest thing is becoming aware. So start to notice when you're distracting yourself, and notice how long have you been distracted for. So I've started noticing, like, oh my gosh, Netflix, kind of depending on what device you use, it goes on a loop. So I'll watch one episode, which was only my intent, but then it just kind of flows right into the second episode. Clever, clever Netflix. And before you know it, I've watched 3 or 4 episodes. I'm staying up past my bedtime, so the next day I'm tired. And then I just wasted like 4 hours. I just fell into the 4 hour hole. And, I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, that was 4 hours. What all could have I done? I I could have studied, I could have wrote a new blog, I could have exercised. So then you're falling into the guilt trap. Oh no, watch out for the guilt trap. So don't make yourself feel guilty. Just be aware, observe, and let yourself know, okay, look, that time that I needed, that I said I didn't have any time to get that done, I really did have that time. So just becoming aware. So, recapping, get yourself in motion. Don't sit down and just make the list unless that's, is a motivator for you. Be aware that making a list can become a trap. So be aware of your traps. What are your traps? Maybe make a list of what your traps are. Kind of maybe start to note, how long are you spending? I had this really great idea I did a while back, and it really worked, to, instead of having a schedule and writing down all the things that you need to do, start writing down the things that you did for the day. So you can go back and go, yesterday I did absolutely nothing. Or yesterday I got a lot done. And when I say getting a lot done, that doesn't necessarily mean checking off to-do list items. I got this project done. I mean, that could also be one of your goals. Maybe was to visit a friend or journal, or maybe just sit and meditate and self-reflect. Any type of growth, human growth, is also a to-do list item that you can write down. Writing down things you're grateful for. If you couldn't think of anything you're grateful for, then you need to rethink your day too. So we're coming up on the 7 minutes, so I'm going to try to cut this the rest of the way down. Get yourself going. Notice your traps. What else do we do? I don't even know, because I'm just blabbing. But anywho, you got the gist of it. Let me know if this worked, or if you're like, no, that was a bunch of BS. So just let me know, and I'll see you later. Subscribe, like, check out my Facebook page, shoot me an email, whatever. I'm here. All right, bye. Have a great day.